Hello everyone and welcome back to more iRacing and welcome back to the Ferrari Challenge. Yes, obviously last week we did a race at Spa-Francorchamps. It was rather chaotic. Go back, check it out. We also then did a race in the Creator Series here at the Monza Combined layout. So, iRacing, in their infinite wisdom, has combined the two of them. Ferrari Challenge here at Monza Combined, you spend half the lap completely full throttle, but unlike in the Creator Series event, we have actually got the first and second chicanes in their modern day form. This race ends up being quite crazy. As is always the case around these high-speed venues, you don't end up getting many small accidents. A massive thank you to everybody for their support so far on the channel. We are getting closer and closer to 1k subs, so if you are new, please do make sure you hit that sub button as well. But yeah, without further ado then, let's head here to the Temple of Speed. Well, getting ready then to go green flag racing here once again at the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. I must admit, I'm looking forward to this one, but I'm expecting it to be chaos. A, because it's Monza Combined. B, because it's Ferrari Challenge. If you missed out on the video we did last week from Spa, go back, check it out. It was rather hilarious, but rather chaotic. And, I mean, this place is a bit like Spa, just on steroids, really, isn't it? Even higher average speed, even more difficult, and some even bigger braking zones as well. So we'll wait and see as to what happens early on. I was going to avoid the chaos in the Creator Series event on lap 1, but sadly just got roped into it. So what is this? Come on, lads. It's green flag racing time, and we're all having a tea party on the exit of the final corner. Luckily, the slipstream fairly powerful in these cars, so as long as we don't drop too far behind too early, we should be okay. Is you actually want to sit below the banking in this car, but I don't think I'm going to get the opportunity to do so at the start of this one. As immediately side by side we go. I would expect top speed in the slipstream to be around 200 miles an hour, which seems quite ridiculous in a challenge car. Now, I've watched some of the Ferrari challenge, like on Sky and stuff before. The standards in the series aren't fantastic, so I really do hope they're not planning on doing this IRL. Otherwise, I think it would be rather chaotic. So that guy just, I think, having a little bit of a swapper, a little bit of a wobble.
Starts okay.
We're doing over 190 miles an hour then as we come off of the banking. Just avoid the barrier on the outside line then. But we are doing this one with the chicanes, with the normal chicanes. Inside iRacing, so I'm expecting the braking into T1 to be a little bit scary. Everybody actually being fairly good, apart from those two behind me. A couple of big dives coming in, and there's a lot of carbon fibre being kicked up. I mean, how on earth we didn't collected? I could just see two guys behind, almost going to completely ram into the back of me there, but we've got away with it, and I think we're still down a couple of spots off the start. But not as bad as it could have been. So another one on the grass, another couple going around.
Very anti-Della Roggia. It looks like Ispro.
There you go. So definitely going to have some stuff to check out on the incident report when we get to the end of this one. Is this guy really struggling actually through the first deck now?
Is Stumpf, car number 4, A license, and their rating is 3.5.
Feels like every single corner there's been a braking zone so far for. Someone has ended up running wide. But we will pick up another freebie on the exit of the second Lesmo then. So I think we might have ended up not losing a spot on this opening lap. I don't think we've gained any either, but I don't think we've lost one, as I'm just trying to be fairly sensible early on. But the guy behind me wants to try and look for it. Will only be a 6-lap race though here, so lap time's just over 2.5 minutes around this venue. So yeah, 6 laps. So not a lot of time to really get on with it, so I think that's why we're starting to see a few people getting a little bit aggressive, especially when, you know, for half the lap, you really can't do a lot anyway, because obviously you're just tucked up in the wheel tracks of the guy in front of you there. It's just about getting a good run off of that final corner to hopefully carry the speed back down in towards turn 1. I've also got no idea what's going on with the track map. Clearly Race Labs can't really keep up with it. You guys can't see it, because obviously the replay camera should be in the way, but yeah, it's looking a little bit weird. I think it is slowly figuring itself out, but it's a little bit peculiar then early on, as you've really got to be quite close to the guy behind to get much of a tow around here, as the guy behind me proving that at the moment then to the inside. We'll go Bruno.
Still
So,
there.
yeah, we didn't lose a spot. We didn't gain a spot then
He's still there.
on lap 1. But I think you can already see up to about
Still there.
P7 in front. But all
Oh,
fairly
July.
close together still as well. That's looking a little bit
Still there.
sketchy just up in front. 3 wide as they
Oh,
make their
July.
way through. Surely this can't end well. Oh, there's bumping and
Still
bashing.
Clear right.
And we're just going to try to avoid it as best as we can. Guy in front of me didn't want to lift, but Angel there has been absolutely sent to the shadow realm. And luckily, not a long run back towards turn 1 before all the other Yankees anyway. And there's even more chaos. 3 more of them have gone
Looks like
round.
it's Simonson.
Did someone forget there was a chicane there? I've got no idea.
Ahead is
The
Bruno,
braking is
car number
really, really
2,
tricky.
and their rating is 3.8.
What you find on the brakes here is if you brake before the 200, you feel like you get it stopped a little bit too early. If you brake at the 200, the car just doesn't slow down. It's really, really peculiar. But I was struggling to kind of find the perfect braking marker down in towards that first chicane as, I mean, we're losing cars, dropping like flies in the early stages here. I just want to try and keep up with these two just in front of me. But they have both got nearly double my iRating, so I think we'll be hard pushed to really give them much of a challenge, as somehow we're still on 0x as well, which honestly I'm quite happy with. And now we're inside the top 10. Anton behind about 3 seconds back. So, well, hopefully we're going to get a nice little iRacing payday. I was taking a look at my overall rating at the moment. So, sports cars, I'm at the highest I've ever been. But of course, before the road license split between sports cars and Formula, I believe I peaked out. I think it was like 2380, which I genuinely don't remember ever achieving on iRacing. So, I guess that my goal now is probably 2.5k. Like, that would be like a decent goal to really try and chase inside the sim. As, oh, there you go. You just see we've dropped away from Bruno and Kai just a little bit more than I would have wanted.
Ahead is increasing. It's now 1.6 seconds.
I was in the 27s in practice, but don't quite think we're getting there early on at the moment. Of course, I mean, we did have to go for a big checkup that time round, as this is actually the quickest line in this car through the banking, I found. Obviously just gives you a slightly shorter run, but doesn't really kind of affect the top end speed of the car. Obviously in the Lotus you wanted to sit like over the apron, because what it was doing was actually stalling the ground effect, which is making us quicker in a straight line. But actually these two cars fairly similar when it comes to top end speed. Maybe that could be a good race to do in the future. Lotus 79s versus Ferrari Challenge, because they're both pretty quick down the straights. I think the Ferrari's got a bit more downforce to work with, but probably not a huge amount, honestly, around this lap. I mean, obviously we're having to brake for the first chicane, which obviously in the Lotus we weren't. Lap time's about 20 seconds slower, but I don't think there's much difference in it.
And their rating is 3.5.
So, I mean, yeah, everybody just really struggling to kind of get the car slowed down there, as really trying to attack the curbs that time round. This Ferrari can handle the curbs pretty well, as you can just see how much gravel has been flicked up around the circuit.
Now 2.2.
Yeah, those two in front of me, though, just pulling away a little bit. We got Max a little bit further up the road as well, who's got slightly less iRating than me. Oh, I've completely outbroke myself there, though. So weird when you do outbrake yourself in this car, because it doesn't feel like you have to outbrake yourself by much
Slow down, give back some
for
time.
it just to completely throw itself off the circuit, which is a little bit of a shame. Make sure that we get rid of that slowdown fairly effectively, though. Just do it on the entry of the corner, and then hope that we've given up enough on the exit as well. Nothing is more sad than when you lose slowdown delta on iRacing and you don't even realise that you were going slower than the game thought you could be. So just try and blend off down here. There we go. Just get rid of that one fairly tidily in the
Gap
end.
to Anton behind is now 2.5.
I mean, it's how much you can attack that curb through there as well. It's ridiculous. What this car is capable of is apparently now we're up to P8 then, so I don't know if we've lost another one on this lap, but either way, looking pretty good for us. I mean, these races are... I mean, the Ferrari Challenge seems to permanently just be about survival at the moment, but around a track like Monza, can't say I'm particularly surprised. Have we gained another one? I think we have. So I believe we are up then into 8th place, which would net us 34 iRating, which I would not complain about. Just someone making their way back out onto the circuit.
Turn 1. It looks like Simonson.
That's what you want to be doing. Just staying out of the way, down on the apron. So not to cause too many problems. As that last lap there was a 38.4, but obviously we did make a mistake. As long as we get into the 37s, I think we've got the pace
is now in the lead.
over a couple of the guys behind. Although Peter, down in P10, he did a 36.4 last lap. Now, I believe he was getting a bit of slipstream, but he might still be able to close in on me towards the end of this race. I mean, yeah, 15 minutes around here does seem a little bit crazy that it's only 6 laps. But I think even if we were doing like the normal Monza layout, it's probably, what, a 1 minute 45 lap time? There or thereabouts. So, yeah, you're probably still only going to be running 8 laps. I just think 15-minute races are always a bit odd in iRacing. If you're doing like little formula stuff and things like that, yeah, I kind of get it. But otherwise, it just always seems a little bit too short. No idea what's going on in front, but apparently we're closing in a little bit. But then again, the guys behind me are closing in as well, so Peter clearly with a bit more confidence in this car. I always feel like I'm short shifting as well slightly in this Ferrari. I don't know whether I actually am or not, but it just feels like there's a bit more revs to give. Whether it's worth it or not, though, I got no idea. Those two in front are definitely still staying close together. I mean, as we said, it is just all about trying to be in the slipstream of the guys in front of you. Come on, get that throttle down nice and early. See, we're a second up on my PB, so, I mean, if we can get to the 36s, I'll be quite happy. Bruno's done a 35.9. Don't quite know where I'd find an extra second.
Relax, focus,
around
keep
this
it
lap.
smooth. That's 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes.
Yeah, for us at the moment, though, we're not really fighting for a lot. We've just got to try and make sure that we get to the checkered flag there, as costing myself a couple of tenths on the exit. Got to be a bit more willing to attack the curb through the exit of the chicane there, as, to be fair, I don't think our top group have really spread out too much. There does definitely still seem to have been a bit of a battle up towards the front. Top 3 are still bunched up, and then I believe the next couple are still fairly grouped. So I seem to be one of the only drivers here that isn't battling anybody particularly actively right now. But there we go, 37.3. That's more what we need to do. Let's just wait and see if we end up with any more kind of chaos or anything towards the end of this race. Well, making our way then up in towards the chicanes for the final time then in this race. Anton behind Peter. They've been having quite a good little battle, but I think now Anton might just have played the strategy to perfection. Let Peter drag him along for a couple of laps and has then immediately slotted himself back through. We've got about a second and a half in the back pocket in these final few corners, so just try not to do anything too stupid. Just want to try and keep this 0x as well by the end of the race there. But yeah, I tell you what, that could have been more chaotic. It could have been less chaotic. The fact that Spa saw more carnage than a literal oval goes to show just there's still desperately some need for improvement in some people's iRacing driving. But you know, it's part of the fun at the end of the day, trying to avoid some of the crazies as we try and make our way through the Ascara chicane one final time. Got to remember to attack that sausage girl on the inside so we can get nice and early on the loud pedal then. Looks like it's going to be Chris, I believe, that is going to take the victory in this one today, just ahead of David there. But of course, we'll have a look at all the final results in just a moment. Through the final corner, get a nice run, get nice and early on the throttle, try and get a new PB on the run back to the line. Don't think we're quite going to manage that when all is said and done. Fairly consistent, fairly happy with the pace. And there we go. Hopefully it's going to be some iRacing gained as well.
Finish. Good result, mate. Well done.
P8 when all is said and done then. Happy with that. Let's go take a look at our incident report and then, of course, our final race results. Take a look then as to what happened immediately. The number 4 car coming in a little bit too hot. Couldn't quite get it slowed down there as someone else in front of him already had ran wide there. And I think it was just a little bit kind of bumping and barging around as everybody just tried to make their way through. You can see, yeah, the 11, I think there was a bit of netcode involved in that one. But then what was going on a little bit further behind? Here we go, and then try and have a look. I think this was just ahead of me then, so you can see a couple of guys trying to get a little bit squabbly there. But I think, yeah, everybody behind me actually avoided contact then. So it doesn't even register as an incident. Number 7 car then up in towards the next chicane. Oh, it just gets completely rear-ended by the 10 car there. I think he was just a little bit too optimistic. Trying to get on the brakes. Like I said, it is weirdly difficult to get these cars slowed down. I think the 7 has gone slightly early on the brakes, but the 10 should have avoided him there completely. The blame on him is, as you can see, I think he was trying to avoid it. Just then tips himself into a half spin as well, but will get out of the way without too many problems. What else happened then? Just up at the first Lesmo. Again, you can see the 18 car there running a little bit wide. Disappointing mistake, and then in towards the next one. Fairly calm and collected. Here we go. 7 car again. Doing a little bit of weaving, and... that's a bit painful. This is the one I got past, so he's already got damage. That'll explain. He wasn't actually trying to weave around on purpose, I don't think. But, I mean, if the car's handling that badly, just move off of the line. I mean, he's been unlucky to be cleaned out there, but move off the line, slow down, and just let everybody else go through, because it's not worth it when the car is that badly damaged. This was the 3-wide action then going on just up in front. You can see the 14's really trying to force the issue there as the 18 just kind of pinging off the wall, a little bit of contact. And the 18, yeah, just goes absolutely flying as well. They see the number 11 as well. Picked up some damage in the process. And yeah, that was all the carnage just going on in front of me. What happened then into the next corner? Completely outbroke himself. And I mean, just cleaned out 2 other people. That is some terrible driving there. I mean, you've already made the mistake. Someone else has steamrolled through. Even if you outbrake yourself, just like, he's broke far too late there. Get on the grass. Like, you don't ruin someone else's race when you can avoid it there. Get on the grass, get out of the way. And you would have probably done a bit less damage to everybody else involved there. Number 10, bit too heavy on the loud throttle. That is disappointing. Picks up a bit more damage, but there we go. We didn't have too many incidents in this race. Just the ones we did were rather big and scary. So anyway, let's head back and we'll have a look through our final results. Well, when all is said and done then, I can never complain about a sea of green results there. 0.07 SR gained, 33 iRating. I did end up with 0 instant points as well. Admittedly, I think we got a little bit lucky in a couple of those moments, but... you know, a 0x race is exactly what I'd like to see. Chris takes the win, though, just ahead of Davide in P2. 0.3 of a second between them come the checkered flag. Constantine as well, not a million miles back there. Really good drive, actually, from 7th to 3rd. Avoided much of the chaos. Pedro just ahead of Max. Bruno, Kai, myself, Anton, and Peter there rounding out your top 10. As it looks like Kai and I and Peter as well, all getting through with 0 incident points. Most places gained, I believe, therefore go to Anton, 18th to 9th in the end, so 9 spots gained for him. Very, very well done indeed. Thank you all, though, so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very soon when... I don't know where the Ferrari Challenge is heading next, but I'm sure we'll be there.